Well, hello and welcome back to the Tao Manifesting Tarot. This is the tarot reading for serious tarot people. 99.9% of what you see on the internet is not meant for serious tarot people. It's for entertainment. It's to hand you a fairy tale. You can do anything you want. You can be anything you want. It's all going to be good. Well, you have a destiny. Your astrological chart shows you what your destiny is. I've seen it. I've practiced, astrology for 50 years, tarot for 20 years. Astrology is the science of cycles. Tarot is the science of potential. Two different things, but they work together, fit together very well. Numerology fits in there as well. But we do know that with somebody's chart, you can forecast what their abilities are going to be, what their interests are going to be, when are they going to be up, when are they going to be down, and it fits. Getting to the specifics, that's very difficult. Too many things to consider. You got to consider the planets as they're moving. You got to consider the house wheel as it's moving. Everything's in constant flux. But there are major cycles that you can pinpoint. And I have, to be perfectly honest, not found anything better than astrology at giving you a good character or personality read. Right from the moment a child is born, you have their chart, man. Whew. So there's a strong element of fate in life. Not all of us are meant to be rich. Not all of us are meant to be good looking. Not all of us are meant to be famous. That's okay. That's what you call the jigsaw puzzle of life. There are 8 billion of us roughly on the planet right now. And we're all different. Small differences, and sometimes we blow them up and make them huge differences, but for the most part, small differences. But it's those details that make us human. So astrology has its point, and yes, you do have an element of fate in your life. I don't give a damn. You could be the richest person in the world. Pick a name. They did not get where they got without luck, and in many cases, theft. But that's a story for another time. There were elements of luck. Even the parents they came into the world with somehow set them up. Teachers, people who encouraged them, lessons that they learned, all this kind of stuff. When you take a look at your life, it's a bunch of seemingly disconnected elements that kind of lead you. You have a fate, you have a destiny, but that doesn't mean that you're locked in. There is still an element of free will, and that's where tarot comes in, the science of potential. You see the 5 cards in front of you, that's all you're going to see. I'm not going to have the cards move around, wiggle, wave at you, and smile. 5 cards. This is serious shit. You ain't going to be serious? Leave. Here are the 5 cards. Together they create an energy, a frequency. I'm going to make it very clear, very straight ahead. You won't have to guess. Very often when it comes to astrological readings, because it's so complicated, so many things in motion, or tarot, where they throw out 50 cards and they try to tie them all together and they never do, so that by the end of the reading you're going, so what the hell am I supposed to do with this? You're going to know. You're going to know what the energy is, then you decide how to apply it to your life. Again, this is not for people who are foolish or don't take tarot seriously. It is the science of potential. So let's find out about the potential for today. I do this, by the way, every day, 365, holidays or not. And I want to throw in this reminder. I'm not so good at reminding you, but it's important for the algorithms, and God knows we live by the algorithms. Like, subscribe, share. If you feel like it, please do. I'd appreciate it. Okay, so here's the middle card. It's called mending. So that is the overall feel of this energy. Mending. Something needs to be fixed, and it will take more than a Band-Aid. Now, major surgery? Well, maybe for some people, yeah. You're going to have to really dig in and do some major rearranging. For other people, not so much. But mending on some level is necessary for you now. And the numbers up in the right-hand corner are 52. 5 is change, 2 is decision, so you're making a decision to change. And the 5 and 2 together equals 7. So there's something there in terms of intellect. You need to reflect on something. Maybe it's reflecting on what needs to be mended. Now, it may or may not be necessary to mend whatever it is in your life that needs mending. And I do mean more than a Band-Aid. This is not just a quick fix. But you have to decide what that is, and then you have to decide what action to take. But I would advise you very strongly, considering what is going on in the world and what will be going on over the next year at least. Whatever needs fixing, I'd get to it damn quick. Because I believe that from the Democratic primary, which is coming up in about a week, the Democratic primary all the way through for a year, whoo, you better get yourself a raincoat because the shit's going to hit the fan. This is the big move the puppet makers are going to make. You better fix and repair what needs fixing and repairing now. Alrighty, mending. That's the idea. So let's get to it. All the way to the left. By the way, the meme for today fits in very nicely. Running away from your problems is a race you're never going to win. That's the point of this whole mending. And needing more than just a Band-Aid. It's not just a quick fix. You can't run away from your problems. Because no matter where you go, they're there too. So there is no escape. You got to step up, act like an adult, take responsibility, get down to the business of mending. So the card to the left, 5 of Wands. Wands are positivity, excitement, enthusiasm. A lot of energy. 5 of Wands is the one wand card that really I don't think is positive most of the time, and that's conflict, battles, bickering, pettiness. You see all that action on the card, man, they're swinging those staffs around pretty much, and they're not going to accomplish a damn thing, and they're really fighting over nothing. And that leads me to believe what's going on in a lot of other countries. I'm thinking of England primarily, but that soon could come to the United States or any other country in the world. This idea of dividing the nation. Now, you have to fix and repair, but as Abraham Lincoln said, a nation divided will not stand. That's the puppet master's game. They want to divide us and conquer us over shit. Nothing. What, the border being flooded? We saw what happened to the American Indians when you bring in a bunch of foreigners. Same thing happening now. Don't like it? Then fix it. The idea of I can't figure out what a man is or a woman is. Pretty simple. You know, you hear these people go, science, science, science. Well, it's XX or XY. Excuse me. Now there may be a third element, and that may be all the poisons in the environment that are changing our endocrine system, our hormonal system, and that may express itself in gender confusion. So fix it, clean up the environment. The puppet masters have done everything that they can to disrupt. They've lied about government, they've lied about education, they've lied about health, they've lied about every single thing they can. All of it just to stir the pot, because when they stir the pot, we get divided, they win. And that's what the 5 of Wands is all about. Now, I said that the Wands are positivity, enthusiasm, gratitude, joy. Well, the next card over is the King of Wands. Leadership, innovation, getting down to business, taking a risk, but getting results. So the 5 is a negative energy, but the King of Wands is a positive expression. Believe, trust, know. We can fix the problem. It's not that big. It looks like it's overwhelming. It looks like it's big. But all we have to do is just kind of close ranks. Give each other a little bit of elbow room and say, hey, let's fix this together. And it's gone. The issue is gone. Question is, can we do that? The next two cards are exactly the same card from two decks. That's happened a lot this week, so there's messages here. And the two cards, the final two cards are Two of Wands. Again, Wands, positivity, enthusiasm, joy, gratitude. The two talks about strength, success, originality, planning. Running away from your problems is a race you're never going to win. Yes, there is mending that needs to be done, and it's going to take more than a Band-Aid. But look at these two cards. Both are holding out a globe. Both are holding out a vision, a more positive vision, a more hopeful vision. That's what you have to do for you. And maybe that's the mending that has to take place for you. Change your vision. Instead of focusing on a world that's going to tear itself apart, destroy itself, and believe me, we're going to go through some crap. There's no question about it. Get ready. Why not focus on an even bigger picture and say, okay, once we get through that, it can be, depending on us, it can be much better because we've learned. That's the difference from the left side to the right side. Believing, knowing, acting on a positive vision of the future. Yes, there's mending that needs to be done. It begins with you and me individually, and it is going to take more than a Band-Aid. But the biggest sense of purpose, the biggest sense of accomplishment, the biggest sense of joy is when we face an obstacle in our lives and overcome it. That is what is happening. So mend whatever needs to be fixed or mended in your life. Don't worry about other people. Fix you so that you are the best you can be. That's the reading for today. Back again tomorrow with another Tao Tarot reading. Between now and the next time we manifest together, peace and blessings.